Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the 82 Show. I am your host, Gist. The other host is Daniel. He's going to be doing his intro in a bit. Today, we got a very special episode for you. We're going to be debating which players would do great in certain eras and which eras they really belonged in. But before we get into that, make sure to subscribe, share with all your friends. You know, the usual stuff we say in every single episode. Just do it over and over. And yeah, we're on the road to 100. Yes, 100K subscribers. We're on the road to 100K subscribers. Peace out. Yeah, intro. Cue it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the 82 Show. I am your other host, Daniel, and today we have a very special topic for you guys. So, if you're new here, subscribe, and yes, let's get into it. Today, we will be talking about how different players would do in different eras. For example, how Michael Jordan would do in a modern era, and how LeBron would do in the 80s.
Yeah, and more so on and so forth. What do you want to start with? Because I've seen many takes saying Kobe and Jordan would average easily 40 in this era. Would you agree with that? In their primes, average easily 40.
I 100% disagree because I think that is such a different way. Kobe, I might be more inclined to say would average 40, but I still don't think he would. But simply because basketball has changed. It's a complete different game.
True.
You play it a different way. There's so many, like the handshake rule, for example.
Yeah, but look at LeBron. He doesn't necessarily play like today. He's not necessarily that 3-point shooter. He can shoot the three, but he's not gonna go. It's not his go-to shot. And the thing is, Kobe, honestly, maybe his best season, he'd probably be averaging like almost 45. The reason why I say this is because it's not far. Kobe, you could see his play style fitting in today's era, right? Could you agree with that? Why not?
I see it fitting in enough. I don't see it fitting in enough to average 45. That's ridiculous.
But it doesn't matter what is the defense gonna do against him? You gotta understand, this guy dropped 35 in an era with 10 less possessions, and the teams were scoring 10 less points. The pace was lower. Everything was.
Unless he adapts to the new playing style, I don't see him being able to drop.
But look,
what?
Guys like Jordan and LeBron, those guys can adapt to their play. Like these guys are like GOAT status players. They can adapt to any playing style, and it's not like.
Okay, but we're saying if they don't adapt, we're saying that if they stick with their playing style from their prime, I believe.
So if Kobe sticks with the mid range, if Kobe sticks with like those go-to mid range shots.
If he sticks to his playing style.
His playing style is attacking mid-range and sometimes three-level scorer. That's Kobe, a 3-level scorer. He could score on all 3 levels. That's Kobe's playing style.
Remember how when James Harden was scoring like 40 or something, 45, 50 a game, that the teams literally had to make a defense, not for a whole season. He was like on a really good streak or something, and
Kobe had the greatest.
So defense had to come up with absurd ways to defend him. That ended up working.
The thing is, James Harden isn't as good of a scorer as Kobe Bryant. Not even, you don't compare those two in terms of scoring, especially versatility. Kobe had the greatest scoring streak of 40-point games in history. He had the greatest scoring streak. I mean, this guy dropped 81 points in a game. That's just one game, but also outscored an entire team. Kobe could put the ball in the hoop. I'm pretty sure he can easily average 40. The pace, if he averages 35, think about this. He averages 35 with 10 less possessions. What will 10 more possessions do to his scoring
With a
numbers?
complete different game, though.
It's not completely different. Game. It's 10 years apart, Daniel. About 10 years apart.
And in that 10 years, they've changed the
What's
game.
different about it? What's different about it? What's going to be
the
different
whole
to him?
playing style. Now the three-point is used 10 times more. They defend people completely differently. All of it. They have so much more technology to review how people play, to learn all of their mannerisms and learn how to guard them.
and that's gonna stop Kobe in his prime.
I'm not saying that's going to stop Kobe. I'm going to say that's going to stop him from scoring 45 points a game.
He's going to average, I'd call it 44, 43. I'm giving him 43.
So you're telling me that he's going to score basically half, maybe sometimes a third of his team's points?
If you put him with the Smush Parker Lakers, hell yes he is.
Okay, well, yeah, but that's just because they're garbage.
Exactly. Wait.
If you put him on a
three-point era,
I still don't think.
You said it's a 3-point era, did you not? I know you said it's a 3-point era.
Okay. Sure.
Alright, wait. I'm gonna
sure, yeah, fine.
You shoot the 3 more.
Say your point.
Kobe was a... Let me check this. Look at this. And with more threes being taken, Kobe would shoot... I just need to find it.
Be fair, none of this we know exactly.
He would shoot 35% from speculation. He shoots 35% from, I know it's hypothetical, but he'd shoot 35% for 3, more threes. That's about the same percentage as I don't know who, maybe guys like Kawhi. I think Kawhi's about a 35% 3-point shooter.
Is guys Kawhi like known to be
Kawhi's a very great
elite 3-point shooter?
Not elite, but he's a reliable 3-point shooter. You're not gonna you're gonna have to guard him on the 3-point line.
So let's say if Kobe was playing in his prime today, would you compare him to a player such as Kawhi or that type of thing? Do you think that they play similarly in a way?
I really would. You want to know why?
Why?
I feel, well, but Kawhi's a bit stronger, but you can look at guys like Kobe and Kawhi. They're, athletically, they're average. You saw Kobe's dunks.
Calling Kobe athletically average?
Wait, can I just tell you something? What do you think Kobe's vertical is?
I don't know, dude.
What do you think? I'm asking you. What do you think it is?
45.
45?
Yeah.
It's 36.
I don't believe that.
His vertical is 36 to 38. But the thing is, he knew how to jump, right? He wasn't like the fastest guy out there. He wasn't as fast as a guy like Jordan and LeBron. He wasn't the strongest, but he relied more on skill. That's why. Guys like Kawhi, too. Doesn't jump the highest, not the fastest. Kawhi's very strong, though. Very strong. But they rely more on skill. So, Kobe, I would kind of compare him to Kawhi in terms of you should compare them. They're very similar players. Defensively, very great on-ball defenders. I know Kawhi's a better defender than Kobe. And they score the same. They're both 3-level scorers.
Sorry, go back.
What?
You just said Kawhi's a better defender than Kobe?
Yes.
I never thought I'd hear those words from your mouth, but sure.
What do you mean? I'm not an idiot. He's got a defensive player of the year. I'm not an idiot, bro.
I mean, so anyway, I don't see him averaging 43 just because I find it so hard to.
You find it unbelievable. It's kind of unbelievable to average 43 in a season. Is that why?
When's the last time somebody's averaged 43 in a season?
Well, Wilt, probably. Look at how Wilt played in this.
And you think that he's going to.
But look at the average. Wilt averaged 55 in a season, but the teams were averaging 160 points a game. When Wilt scored 100 points, his team had 169 points in that game. His team, Kobe, when Kobe dropped 81, his team had 122 points in that game. When Kobe was averaging 35, they were averaging 98 points per game. When James Harden, yeah, exactly. That's how much Kobe's scoring.
You realize that there have only been 2 seasons where somebody's averaged over 43 points.
And it's
per game.
been Wilt Chamberlain,
and
but you got to put
2 of Wilt Chamberlain.
And you got to put that.
And then the next one is 38.
And you got to put that into context. 38 by Jordan, I think. Jordan had 37.5.
No, 38 by Wilt. Michael Jordan's 37, and then 34.
34, no, Kobe. Oh, Wilt.
Kobe had his highest was 35.
35, but look at the era he played in. He played in the lowest paced era ever. Slow paced era. Kobe played in the slowest paced era.
People weren't matched up to his pace. People weren't at his pace. He was playing way ahead of himself.
What do you mean
That's why
pace?
I think when people finally catch up, I don't.
What do you mean pace? He can't play ahead of the pace. That's how the game. He averaged